Hey, I'm Lou Brutus. We are backstage once again at Rockfest, Cadott, Wisconsin. Matt and Brad from 3 Days Grace are my guest. Fresh in from Europe, how'd it go over there?
It was amazing, man. Huge shows, lots of festivals, lots of cool places.
What is a huge show over there? Because a huge show here might be Rock on the Range / Sonic Temple, and you get, 30, 40,000 people there.
I think the last one was a Metal Meeting Festival. What was that one? Grass Pop. And it was I think it was around 60,000. That was, just a sea of people. That's as far as you could see.
Do you ever get to stop in the middle of something that big, or some of the bigger ones in the UK and in Germany, where there's like 100,000 people? Do you ever get to stop maybe in the middle of a song and take a moment and go, oh shit, this is great?
Yeah, like I remember Rock on the Range. My first Rock on the Range was like that. It was like a surreal moment where I was like, I'm not nervous right now. I'm just amazed at how many people are like in front of me right now. It was like my dream has come true. Like in that moment, I just like in my head was thinking that.
Give me an example, and I'd love both of you, if you could, to chime in on it, of an example of maybe one of the first times that you were in the crowd at a show as a kid. I grew up in New Jersey, so New York, Philadelphia were both within an hour, so I'd go to shows at JFK Stadium or Giant Stadium where there are sometimes 120,000 people at a gig. Give me some examples of those shows growing up.
Well, Brad got tickets for AC/DC, and we saw them at the Sky Dome in Toronto, and it's a giant place. How many people does that?
50,000, I think.
50,000, yeah. That was pretty amazing seeing AC/DC.
Do you remember the tour?
What tour was that?
It was the tour with the big train. Which one was that? I forget. I don't know. I can't remember yet.
Angus was out there. It's all that mattered.
Angus was there. Brian was there. No.
The first time I saw him was with Bon Scott on the Highway to Hell tour. It was the week, I think it was the week that Highway to Hell came out. They were the opening band for Ted Nugent, and the baby band. The first group on the stage that day, their first tour of the United States, was the Scorpions, who spoke no English. They just knew, hello, we are Scorpions. We are here to rock. And that was about it. Now, when you get in front of, back to your gigs in Europe, does everybody understand English? Do you know a smattering of other languages so you can say something to them?
I usually learn hello and thank you. That's usually what I go to. But everywhere we go, everybody knows English. So yeah.
Have you ever tried to get something across and horribly mangled the language?
Many times. Many times. I'm like, I'll write it down on the sheet, and then I'll say it a few times with somebody that's local and knows the language, and then I get out there and start singing, and then I completely forget it. But I write it down in how I can understand it, and I say it. And then sometimes there's no reaction, so it's like, I must have said that wrong. I thought I got it right.
Living the dream, nothing like that. Having it fall flat in front of 75,000 people. There you go. That's what you dream about as a kid. Now, this summer, I think it's a great package and a great set of bands. You're going out with Breaking Benjamin. Chevelle is on that. I think Dorothy is on all those dates. Yeah. You've obviously dealt with pretty much all of these people before. Give me some stories and some anecdotes about your travels together.
Well, we used to tour a lot with Breaking Benjamin back in the day, and we've done hundreds of shows with them. So it's pretty cool to reunite. I haven't seen Ben in probably 8 years. So it's pretty cool to see him out and have the chance to share the stage again. Yeah, some great stories. We used to do a lot of pranks. Like we did many tours, and those are the ones I remember.
Give me some pranks. Let me hear.
There's a couple good ones.
Because some people they do something and it interrupts the show, but other people are just evil bastards and come up with great stuff.
It was the last day, and it was in a hockey arena, and we were trying to think of something, and we were backstage, and we saw these toilets, and they were electronic toilets that I think they ride around in intermission for the hockey, So we were like, shit, I wonder if we can use those. And went to the guy, sure, yeah. So then we're like, okay. So then we thought of Diarrhea Jane. So we got these. Went to Walmart and got white shirts.
I'm surprised a Wacky Morning guy hasn't done that as a song already. KO Pectate Week.
We must have bought 200 rolls of toilet paper, threw them out to the crowd. So then we got plungers too. So we rode these toilets up on stage, and just drove them around with the plungers and threw toilet paper out. And
were they playing Diarrhea of Jane?
Yeah, Diarrhea Jane.
It's hard to say it without it.
Did they try and get back at you after that?
Oh yeah,
or?
then that kind of
Because I don't know that you
yeah.
can beat that. You know,
They would try. We got them pretty good most times. Yeah.
one of the things from all my travels with different bands, in particular with Breaking Benjamin specifically, is those guys are. I don't even want to say they're serious gamers. They are sick, degenerate gamers where they just lock themselves in the dressing room with like a $gazillion system. Do you guys game like that yourselves?
Matt does. What do you play? I don't.
I play a game called Battlefield 1. It's like a World War One game. I play it quite often. Yeah.
Now, are you like VR level kind of
No,
stuff?
no, I'm not to the level of those guys. No.
But are you interacting with other people, or you're just playing on your own?
Well, yeah, you're killing real people on there, so it makes it a lot
in
more
an
fun.
entertaining form of way.
What game is this, man?
Well, everybody's real, like.
Oh, I guess.
So if you kill somebody, they're like, damn, and it makes it more fun.
Odd ways to entertain oneself. Now, when you're on the road playing that, do you ever have any problems with Wi-Fi or anything? You ever get fragged because like the Wi-Fi slowed down backstage?
I usually can't do it on the bus because it's just too glitchy. But usually backstage is pretty good. Yeah.
So let me get this straight. So you guys travel the world. You get to play in front of a lot of people, some of whom you butcher their fucking language and they laugh at you. But other than that, it's really good. And you get the game. That sounds like you guys are enjoying life on this planet so far.
Hell yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Well, it's always good to talk to you. I will see you on the road this summer when you're out with the Benjamin Boys. And one last thing, I know we're at the end of the Outsider cycle, but what about looking forward? When are we gonna get new music or something else?
I think we're gonna do this tour with Five Finger Death Punch, and in November. Yeah, and then after that, we're back to writing. Yeah.
Awesome. And you haven't written anything. I don't remember you being a real good writer when you're out on the road.
No, usually not.
Yeah.
But we have a few ideas already started, and we'll come back around to them.
Well, there it is. 3 Days Grace. I'm Lou Brutus. We are backstage at Rockfest Inc. Wisconsin. Thanks for hanging with us.